Hey guys, this is the latest installment of the e-news cycle for February 2023. There's a lot of big news this month, a lot of new utility and cargo e-bikes. So if you're looking to pick up one of those, then you have a lot of new options coming forward. Some from the affordable economy market and also some from the higher end. So, but let's get into that and see what's going on for this month. Let's jump right in. The first news story that I wanted to go over for February this was actually happened in March, since it was released on March 1st, but Rad Power Bikes sent out the teaser and it kind of got leaked on their website in February. So I'm going to add it to this, and I don't want to wait a whole month to talk about it anyway. So Rad is finally releasing the updated version of the Rad Runner, the Rad Runner Plus, the bike that I have. They come out with a new version, the Rad Runner 3 Plus. It's an updated frame. They completely redesigned it, redesigned the battery, location, and they use the semi-integrated batteries that they have on their City 5 Plus and the Rover 6 Plus have. So it's a semi-integrated battery on that, and they've updated a lot of other features on there. Well, sorta. They upgraded some things, like still have the same motor, same size of battery. They just updated the design of it. They updated the seat, so hopefully that's a little bit more comfortable. They have a new display on there. They use the dual display that they have on their Rover 6 Plus and City 5 Plus as well. They have Tektro hydraulic brakes, so that's a huge upgrade. The old Runner Plus came with standard mechanical disc brakes, and those were a pain and they constantly need adjusting, so that's good that they went with hydraulic. They upped the cargo capacity up to 350 pounds, and so that's going to be great if you're hauling around, what utility e-bikes are kind of for. They put on the regular headlight, they took off the premium headlight, and they also took off the passenger package, so that's one of the disappointing things about it. Now you have to buy that separately, so that's $129 by itself. They updated the color, so they got rid of that old ugly silver color that I hate, and they're starting to use like a darker charcoal, dark color for the paint job on there. Other than that, the overall design and look of the bike looks great. The price tag is what kind of is my main stumbling block. It is $24.99, $2,499, which is, I believe, like $650 more than what the original Runner Plus is at right now. It's a big jump in price, and I could see the justification for it if they came out with a bigger battery, if they came out with a color display, if they had a more powerful motor. Rad is always sticking to their 750 watt motors. They still stick to the Class 2 classification, which I think holds them back. They did mention that the motor has 10% more hill climbing ability. They don't list the torque ratings on any of their motors, which is annoying. But if we go by that, then we assume that it has more torque than the original Runner Plus, which I believe had 80 Newton meters. So I'd say, 88 Newton meters of torque on this. And so it should be at least better there. They come out with some new accessories with it as well. We'll see how that goes. But other than that, it looks like a great bike. I wish they updated the battery, upped the capacity of the battery. They gave you the option to add on a second battery underneath the rear rack. And that's still in development. They haven't showed a price on it or anything like that, so hopefully that's coming out soon. But you can double your battery capacity with this extra add-on. I'd say probably at least another $650 add-on to that, though. We'll know when that comes out. Rad also, at the same time, announced that they have a new pet trailer. That for the longest time, people have been looking for trailers and stuff for their e-bikes, and now Rad is giving you a new option. It's just like the Runner 3 Plus. It is quite expensive though. The trailer itself is $300, but if you want to add on the pet kennel to make it a pet trailer, it's $230. Or even if you just get the plastic cargo bin, which is just a basic plastic bin, for $180. So if you get just the trailer and the kennel to haul around your pets, that's almost $530. If you get all three of them with the cargo bin, that's over $700 worth of stuff just for a pet trailer or hauler trailer. In comparison, you can get the electric pet trailer for $180. It has half the capacity though. It's only 50-pound capacity versus 100-pound that you get out of the Rad, but as far as if you have a small pet, then that's quite a bit better of a value. Other than that, it looks like a nice quality build. We'll see how people like it when they actually get it. Another big release this month was the Lectric Expedition. Lectric has been kind of tit for tatting. You know, whatever you can do, I can do better with Rad for quite a while.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
Oh, you can't.
When Rad had a folding bike, Lectric came out with a better folding bike that was cheaper. When Rad came out with a trike, Lectric came out with a cheaper, better trike. Last month, Rad put the Rad Wagon back on their website to be for sales because the recall was over. And now Lectric came out with their cargo bike, the Expedition. This is the first big announcement from Lectric as far as like this goes, because it is non-folding bike. Technically, the handlebar stem will fold down. The bike itself is rigid, so it won't fold in half like every other bike that they have. They're kind of well known for folding bikes. Even their trike was a folder. Obvious comparison to the Rad Wagon is what I'm seeing when I first originally saw it, but a lot of reviewers, a lot of people have said it looks kind of like the Tern GSD, which is, it's a higher end, obviously a lot higher end bike than what the Rad Wagon or the Lectric are, but it's a little bit shorter, more of a smaller cargo bike than the kind of the big truck kind of what Rad Wagon is. But because of the price difference, I'll just compare it to the Rad Wagon. If you compare the two, the Expedition comes with a 750 watt motor, which I think this is the first that Lectric has that's had that powerful as motor. They usually only come with like 500 watts that peak at 1,000 watts or something like that. The Expedition now has a 750 watt motor that actually, they say it peaks at over 1,300 watts. The way they do their kind of math on that is a little weird. The actual peak motor wattage would be like 1150. The same 14 amp hour battery, the same hydraulic brakes that they've had on their newest models. The cargo capacity is huge on this one, 450 pounds for the cargo capacity, and the bike itself is about 75 pounds. They use a standard 20 by 3 inch tire, which is, I think, is the biggest advantage over the Rad Wagon. Is the Rad Wagon still uses that proprietary tire that had all these problems, and then people couldn't get tires to replace them. The Expedition uses a standard 20 by 3 inch tire that you can find pretty much everywhere. The price is huge on it as well, $13.99 for the standard version, or you have a dual battery version for $16.99, which is 28 amp hours for the still cheaper than what you get for the Rad Wagon. Right now, it's one of the better economy cargo bikes out there, is what I would say. If I was looking for a cargo bike, I'd definitely be looking for the Lectric. Ride One Up has also released a new e-bike, more of a commuter kind of pedal bike, is the Turris. Turris. Turris, which sounds like somebody who's drunk is saying the word tourist. It has the traditional diamond frame, or it's available in a step-through model, like a mid-step, I'd say. White, forest green, graphite gray, the standard color options. It's kind of like the economy e-bike, like right on the between economy and affordable e-bike kind of range, what I would say. $1,300 for it, or $1,295 is what they listed for. They came out with their Rev 1, which is like a moped, faster kind of Super 73 type e-bike, and now they come out with more of a traditional bike, which they're kind of well known for, is for their standard pedal economy commuter bikes. They still have the hydraulic brakes, 750 watt motor that peaks over 1,000. The battery on it is a little bit smaller, but then again, that's for the price, you kind of expect that. 48 volt, 12.8 amp hours. But everything else looks good. It's a great, commuter, run into work, a daily driver kind of commuter bike is definitely what it looks like, and it looks like a good design. I like the tires on there, those kind of like gummy kind of brown walls, not white walls, but brown walls kind of tires. They look nice. And back to cargo bikes, we have two big releases from Trek, which is more of a traditional acoustic pedal bicycle company. They've been breaking out into the e-bike market, and now they just came out with two new cargo e-bikes. One that is more of the traditional kind of American cargo e-bike with a long rear rack, and then one is more of a European kind of a big bucket in the front type of cargo e-bike. The stats on them are more on the European side as well. They have 250 watt mid-drive motors on both. For US standards is pretty low.
I'm an American.
I'm an American. I love this country.
We're used to 500 and 750 watt motors, so coming out with a 250 watt motor is kind of low, but then again, they're mid-drive, so there's kind of an offset there. The batteries on them are quite small as well. In Europe, usually there's not huge, 20, 30 amp hour batteries like you get in the States. They don't even list the battery voltages on Trek's website, so going by what Bafang shows on their website, they're a 36 volt 10.4 amp hours or 36 volt 20 amp hour battery. The bikes are Trek's a definitely premium brand, and the price tag on these is quite premium as well. It's definitely something that I think is going to be a niche market in the US. I don't expect us to see a lot of these cargo e-bikes flying down the streets, especially at that price range and the stats, but we'll have to see. But they definitely look like nice premium bikes, probably feel a lot nicer than the standard cargo e-bikes that you're probably going to get in the United States for a third of the price, but we'll see. Another cargo e-bike, this time by Aventon, the Aventon Abound. Out of all the e-bikes that I've seen, this one's kind of the most streamlined, the sleekest designed. Most e-bikes are kind of angular, kind of like utilitarian. However, the Abound is quite sleek. It's got some curves to it, It's got a nice design. It's definitely like the Electric Expedition. The Aventon put a folding giraffe kind of stem on it, so it can fold down in better storage. And the stats on it look really nice as well. 750 watt motor that peaks at 1130, I think it was. 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery, so it's slightly above the standard average there. 7-speed drivetrain. It comes with a torque sensor, which is kind of the big thing that stands out from the other bikes that I've gone over. Most other have a cadence sensor, but this one have a torque sensor, so a little bit better pedaling cadence that you'll get out of there. Hydraulic brakes, color display that Aventon has. The cargo capacity is almost through the roof, 450 pounds of cargo capacity. It's a little bit heavier bike, 81 pounds total for it, but then again, it has some of the other items that the other ones don't, like it has a built-in storage bag, has turn signals built into it. Like I said, a little bit larger battery on there, so that pounds slightly more weight. All the other features that it comes with, it seems like it's really good value. My dog is getting antsy. The price on that one is $21.99, so it's still more than the Radwagon, but as far as the features lining up, it's a lot better bike. The Radwagon's kind of showing its age now, with when I was writing this up, comparing it to the Expedition and also the Aventon. There's really not much that the Radwagon has that the other ones don't have or do it a lot better, like, bigger batteries, color screens, more torque, wattage. All of them have cargo capacities that far exceed what the Radwagon will have. But then again, that's more of what the lawyers will tell you that's going to fit on the bike versus what it will actually fit on the bike. If I wouldn't say that the Radwagon just released again, I would say that Rad is probably due for another a Radwagon 5 that has updated. But we'll see if or when that's going to come. Go lay down. Go lay down. Since there were so many cargo e-bikes in February, I decided to put together a little chart to compare all the ones that came out, and I put Radwagon 4 on there just kind of as a baseline, kind of litmus test, kind of as far as cargo e-bikes go. The Electric Expedition, Aventon Abound, and then the Fetch 2. I didn't put the Fetch 4 in there because it's a different style of cargo e-bike, and so it really doesn't compare to the others. But as far as what the stats lining up and the price for what you get, the Electric seems to outshine a lot of the other ones. As you noticed, like I said before, the Radwagon kind of lags behind as far as the stats go. It's kind of an older bike now. I think it's 3 years old now. It's 2020 when the Radwagon 4 came out. But other than that, those are the news stories for the month of February. I appreciate everybody for watching. If you have any questions or if anything I missed, leave a comment down below. If you want to feedback on anything that I said, just leave it on there. We'll have a discussion. Other than that, I thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.